Hi!
Hello everybody.
So, today we've got a very special topic, and it's the changes that are being made to Pirates of the Caribbean, which, you know, everybody's talking about right now.
It was announced on Thursday, which is our normal video recording day, but we got pushed back to Sunday, so we've had a couple days to formulate our thoughts.
We hope you have as well.
Basically, change is a good thing and we all need to get over it.
It's a stance that both of us have had for a very long time for things in regards to the parks.
Yes.
It's one of those things that's always going to happen, and we've learned to just kind of go with it, you know?
My entire point is stop being stupid, that it's human trafficking and sex slavery. And that if you're upset with the fact that that's being removed, whether it's for historical reasons or not, that there's something about you specifically, personally, that needs to be looked at.
It's one of those things where people are claiming, well, it's historically inaccurate now because this stuff happened all the time. Let us remind you all that Pirates of the Caribbean is a fictional story set in a fictional world. Sure, the Caribbean is a real place. Are the films historically accurate? Did a woman really turn into a giant and then dissolve into a bunch of crabs? Did this really happen? No.
No.
So you know what? Let's take this as it is. It's a fake story. It is made up. It is about cursed treasure. Taking these pirates and destroying their world, basically. At least for Disneyland's, the original story, we see it happening sort of in reverse. Because first we see the cursed pirates as skeletons. They're all dead. What they had coming to them came. What used to be, before they added Davy Jones and now sometimes Blackbeard, was a voice talking about the cursed treasure and how you should not seek it out because it's going to do horrible things to you. Is this real? Do any of you believe this is real? Please answer this question because I'm dying to know.
Another point touched on just now is that there have been changes in the past. This isn't the first time that the attraction is being updated in any sense of the word. Johnny Depp is in the attraction as Jack Sparrow 3 times.
3 times.
3 times.
There are 2 full-bodied figures and then the 1 bust.
And that's the one in the barrel, right?
Yes.
Which, that particular spot has been updated twice because it used to be rapey.
Very. It used to be a man sitting there holding an undergarment from a woman who was naked inside of the barrel, and he was talking about how he couldn't wait to find her and have his way with her.
This isn't the first time that changes are being made for the better. My one particular complaint with everybody is that they're crying that we're becoming too PC, which, if you don't know, PC stands for politically correct, and that's not the case. We're not doing it to be more politically correct. We're doing it to represent better the morals of people that exist now, that you don't want to subject your family to seeing somebody literally being sold into sex slavery. Like, that's not a thing that you should be upset is leaving. It's, yes, the We Wants the Redhead line is one that is classic, everybody knows it, but it's not like we're changing the guys in the dog, or the guys in the jail cell trying to get the dog. In every kind of pirates scene, that is the one that is like the most iconic. Is the one that's used. There are shirts, there are figures, there are pins. Everything that is merchandised has merchandised that scene. There are a few things that have the Redhead.
But it is specifically the character of the Redhead and not the scene itself.
Exactly.
And she's not leaving. She is being updated to be a better character, honestly, because now she has a character rather than just being there to be looked at. Because the whole point of the Redhead right now is that she is the object of desire. Word there, keyword, is object, which she is not. Although she is a fake human being, she's still a human being.
If we let it slide that we think it's okay for you to objectify somebody in that sense on the ride, then we would then think it's also okay to do so outside of the attraction. That's not what we're trying to reflect.
And similarly, a change was made, I would say, close to 10 years ago, in the scene following, where there are pirates chasing women around. And the last one is an alternate, in which case a larger woman is chasing a pirate and he's running away from her with a very scared face. The joke there was supposed to be that large women are undesirable. That's not funny, and it should never have been, you know? So they've changed the things up. The women that are being chased are now holding food or like valuable objects, and then the last woman, the man is holding her items and she's chasing him with a rolling pin, which I think is a much better update.
Back to the fact that the Redhead is still going to be around. Women pirates were a thing.
There are two very famous women pirates that are actually depicted in a piece of artwork at the attraction.
And again, we remind you, this is a fictitious story, so whether women pirates were a real thing in history or not, doesn't matter.
It really doesn't. And let's not, forget that the Pirates movie franchise, as much as I don't like a lot of the films, have a lot of very strong female characters. A lot of them are pirates.
There seems to be a lot of uproar and people that are upset about this scene changing. So far, none of them can give a good reason for why they are upset. And there's a lot of complaints of, well, you're changing Walt's vision. And first of all, if you think Walt's vision for an attraction was to depict rape and sex slavery, then I think we have a very different idea of who Walt Disney was as a human being.
Yeah.
And that also needs to be addressed, because there is no way that man wanted that to be his legacy.
And alternatively, things in the park, again, have been changing forever. In the 50 years that Pirates has been here, it has been constantly changing. Everything in the park is not the exact same as it was when Walt was here. You can't say what he would or would have wanted because he's dead and has been for a very long time. But I do believe that the Imagineers that have continued to work since Walt's death are doing their best to uphold, the Disney legacy. It may not be exactly what Walt wanted, but it's something that everyone can agree is a good idea, and ultimately it's their decision and not ours, and we just
have to accept it.
And whether or not we enjoy it, it's gonna happen anyway. And another thing about this is we see people complain about changes being made in the parks all the time, but you're still gonna go on this attraction. You will, because everyone went on Guardians when it opened.
Mm-hmm.
That line was 5 hours long. People still go on Haunted Mansion even though the attic scene is completely different. They still go on it during the holidays when it's completely different. People still go on It's a Small World when they have the Disney characters. That hasn't always been there. You're still going to go on these attractions. Thousands of people are still going to be going through this in a single day. So does it really make a difference whether or not you're upset about it changing? No.
It's also important to remember that Disneyland was formulated as an idea for a place where families could go together, and that if we are changing something that is no longer acceptable in terms of the fact that we regularly critique our media, that it's a good thing, that we should be wanting to make a better experience for the families that come through.
Yeah.
And that Disneyland is not built for the 60-year-old annual pass holder that has been coming to the park for the last 50 years and has nostalgia for what the park used to be or may have been to them when they grew up. It's not built for that. It's built for the people that are coming every day, of all ages, of all ethnicities, of all, the diversity is huge, and one of the reasons that we have to continue to be on the forefront of things.
And I don't want to get too deep into this, but again, talking about human trafficking and sex slavery. That's something that still happens in the real world.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, knowing that, I don't want that in the attraction anymore.
It normalizes something that shouldn't be normalized.
Yeah, and it makes a joke of it. And it's not something that should be joked about.
We're going to leave you with a quote from Marty Sklar, who was the one-time head of Imagineering. He's since retired, but he still speaks from that place of prominence. And the things that he says should be taken very, very seriously.
Alright, so the quote is, "The Imagineers are simply reflecting what Walt started the day Disneyland opened, making changes that create exciting new experiences for our guests. I can't think of a single attraction that has not been enhanced and improved, some over and over again. Change is a tradition at Disneyland that today's Imagineers practice." And specifically about Pirates, he says, "Pirates of the Caribbean has always represented great Disney park storytelling. It has set the standard for the theme park industry for half a century. But it's a great story you continue to add fun to with great characters and new performances. That's what the Imagineers have done with the new auction scene. It's like a theater show with a new act. And also to add on to what you said earlier about what these parks cater to, quote from Walt Disney, "It is not a museum." And I know we've drilled it into the ground now in this video, but like, it's gonna keep happening. Changes are going to keep being made. You can be upset, but any argument you may have against most of these changes are probably going to be invalid. And that's really it. And it's really not as bad as people are making it out to be. Like, there are so many worse things that could happen, like the attraction being torn out completely.
Yeah, if you wanna talk about something that's gonna like wreck what it means to have Pirates of the Caribbean be around for 50 years,
Would have it just not be there at all.
just to remove it would be so much worse.
And if we're gonna talk about the worst updates that were ever made, let's talk about all 3 Johnny Depp animatronics.
Yeah, it's great that we're removing sex slavery, but a woman beater is still in the attraction 3 times. So.
Oh! Where's my kazoo?
Alright, well, that is it. We hope it was thought-provoking and kind of makes you realize that these changes are a good thing, that they are honestly a long time coming and they should have been made sooner, and that we hope you understand why they're being made.
And we hope, because we know you will be visiting the attraction once the change is made, that you enjoy it once it's done, because I'm sure the work put into it is going to be absolutely incredible.
It's going to be incredible. So we have that to look forward to.
So, this is probably the most passionate, possibly aggressive we've ever been.
Definitely the most aggressive. I'm afraid of you right now.
Good. We'll probably do more things like this as the parks continue to grow and change, because we will always have feelings about them.
Catch us after D23. Whoo boy.
Please be reminded that our thoughts are our own.
Yeah, nothing
Strictly
we've
that.
said in this video is the representative of Disneyland Resort or the Walt Disney Company as a whole. That it's just us blowing off steam. We say we, but we don't mean we.
We honestly hope that you enjoyed what we had to say and share our stance. And if you don't, why?
Yeah, I will gladly argue this one. So if you have reasons that you believe are not ones that we've already touched on, leave them in the comments and let us know. Let's start a discussion, to be civil about it, so that we can learn and try and teach you also. Alright everybody, thank you for watching the video. Catch us next time on the General Eclectic Pavilion. No idea what we're going to be talking about next week, but we're going to make it happen though.
Stick around. Bye.